Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Charlie and welcome to my mind once again today. Yes, I am putting away dishes. Well, you wonder why? It's because I'm left here alone for a week. Because Tori and Morgan left me for a week. With Lawfer though, so it's okay. I still gotta have my 2K buddy. But anyway, so today what I want to talk about is simply humanity. Now, it's not in the sense of, oh man, humanity sucks. It's in the sense of how young humanity actually is, and then going into something about just like how humans, like how weird the brain is. Anyway, but how I want to think about this is humanity is still so young, because I know we have like the Renaissance period and all of those in the Dark Ages, and like we do chunk periods of time into hundreds, but at the same time, it's like we haven't even had that much time at all. Because, I mean, you look at it. I mean, okay, so we chunk from until about the 1900s. So I guess history may always be that way, to where we go back in time about 100 years and then we chunk it into decades. But it's just weird because, I mean, also watching Futurama, how, I forget what it was like 90s music, probably Beastie Boys, and it's like, oh, stop playing classical music. It's like, when does classical music just stop being? You know what I mean? Like, when does Beethoven not matter anymore? I mean, like, he should always matter from like our perspective, but like in the future, like who's gonna be a classical artist? Like, will it be, I don't know, Eminem, Cage the Elephant, Amanda Palmer, anyone like them, or will it continue to be like, old school Beethoven, Bach, etc. It's weird to think about that, like just in the sense of like how young, like I said, humanity actually is, and that I mean, science still hasn't caught up to us. Like, at least our science hasn't caught up to us, because you do the science and there's the always the examples of eventually like a population grows in a certain environment, and our environment is the planet. So like we take a chunk of the planet, but like humanity's environment is the planet. So we go and we take that chunk out, and eventually, like, you can grow, but eventually there's that point where the peak happens and you fall. And like I'm very curious on like how when's that's gonna happen as well. Like, I know there were certain points in times where like there were well, not, I don't want to say super diseases, but there were diseases that did that, like the Black Plague. But we learned from that, and like Ebola has the capabilities of it, or even the swine flu. There's all these diseases that have the capabilities to do that, and I feel like it's definitely going to be a disease that has like the downfall of humanity. I mean, that's just my personal opinion and how the world will end. Because I mean, you got to think about it this way. No one, as much as humans like to think we're perfect, like in the sense of we'll never go extinct, we are just another animal. And like I said, there's animals out there that have been here longer than us. And the only reason some animals aren't still here is because of us. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Charlie. It's because we're the top predator. And you're not wrong. All right, I mean, I will give you that. That's no arguments for me there. It's just, I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion on how the world will eventually end. And again, how just young humanity is. And it's a weird thing to think about. I've been recently just thinking about it because, like I said, what is the cutoff point for classical music? What will the 2000s as like a whole 100 years be classified as? Because like we can classify the 1800s as like like the birth of civilization, like an industry, all that. And the reason most of this comes up is because I'm in an advertising class, and in the advertising class we talk about the like decades of advertising. Like, it goes from the 1800s to the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up until the 2000s. And I think there's probably some in the 2010s, but like, and how each of those time periods was distinctive in the way it advertised. So will it, like, I know eventually, like, humanity will live for, I'm giving us at least until the fucking, I don't know, I'm not going to say forever, but we got a while left. All right, let's put it that way. It's not like a couple more, what was it? Not like a couple more generations. I know, as much as people like to say that, North Korea and the U.S. we're just going to, bomb each other. I mean, I see it, but I don't see it. I mean, I can't think, I have too much faith in humanity, maybe. I don't know. I just can't see a country wanting to bring that onto themselves. You know what I mean? Like, launching a nuke to America, and then legitimately North Korea is wiped off the face of the earth at the same time South Korea is, but there's Russia and there's China. It would be a World War III situation that, like, history repeats itself, but I think history is, like, the world is too economic at this point to have a all-out kind of warfare. Like, that's just my personal opinion as on it. I mean, the world, as I see it, we're more money hungry than we are land hungry at this point. So, taking a resource or taking over a country is kind of like, you can always destroy them economically or something like that, but that's a whole different situation. But anyway, go back to humanity, and like a cool thing about the brain, this is kind of just to wrap it up real fast, because I don't want to keep you here forever again, because, I mean, who wants to listen to, like, who wants to be in this mind for that long, especially whenever I jump all over the place, as you can clearly see from this, because I totally didn't have segues into certain things. Anyway, though, so something cool with the human mind is, it's just weird, because I guess I'm the only one who thinks about this. I told a couple people about it, but whenever I cross the street and a car's coming, like, the math and the science that goes into, like, okay, I can walk now at this pace and I can easily make it. You know what I mean? Like, the processes in the brain that happen to allow that to happen. Like, humans, like, they're, like how they always say, unlock 100% of your brain. Like, you have 100% of your brain usable, but you only use like 10% at a time, is what I believe. I mean, there's of course science out there that you can prove me wrong, and go ahead, please do prove me wrong in the comments. I mean, I will accept your theories and or facts if you give me facts. But anyway, so just like the amount of capabilities that the brain has, because like it seems like silly math, but that's I don't know, no, that's geometry maybe, I don't know. There's a certain kind of math that is, and so combined with physics and the fact that the brain can do that in a couple seconds. Now, I don't know, maybe that's super easy math, I don't know, because I haven't done math in like 3 years, at least a math class. So no, but I told that to some people and they were like, yeah, I just think about it as if I run across the street, I can get there faster than the car. So I mean, there's also that stance that you can take on it. But I don't know, I kind of like to think about the human mind being cool like that. I don't know. And the same thing with like coordination of walking is pretty wild. And I don't know. There's a lot of things that, like, the little things in life that I've been doing, because like they say, appreciate the little things. I've been appreciating the little things, but also thinking, oh my God, what is my brain doing to appreciate these little things? Or to not appreciate these little things, but what is my brain doing to make these little things occur? I don't know. It's weird. Leave me in the comments what you think about the brain, what you think about the, like, youth of humanity, who in the future, who would be a classical artist? Who do you think would be? And that's about it. So I'm going to have to ask you to just go ahead, leave my mind, go ahead, jump in somewhere else. And so until then, toodaloo, I love you.
Hey, how you doing? So you like that video? That's great. Should probably leave a like and a comment to let us know. Probably share it with your friends too, and hit that subscribe button. Make us feel good about ourselves. Alright, thank you.